students. So students, we are studying our chapter 2, that is microorganisms, friend and foe. And today students will take a topic, harmful microorganisms. Harmful microorganisms. So students, microorganisms are harmful in many ways. So let us study the following harmful effect of microorganisms. Some of the microorganisms cause disease in human beings, plants and animals, and such disease causing microorganisms are called pathogens. So students, some of the microorganisms cause disease in human beings, plants and animals, and disease causing microorganisms or microbes are called pathogens. And pathogen enter our body through the air we breathe, the water we drink or the food we eat, and they also get transmitted by the direct contact with an infected person. Those are carrying or we can say are carried through animals also. So students, we can say that pathogens enter our body through air, water, food or with the direct contact with infected person or through animals. So let us study more about their harmful activities. And students, some microorganisms spoil clothing also and leather also. So first we will study about the disease causing microorganisms in humans. As you know that disease causing microorganism, that means virus, bacteria, fungi, algae, any of type of microorganism can cause disease in humans, plants and animal also. So first we will study about the disease causing microorganism in humans. Suppose we can take example of virus. So we know that virus cause for example common cold, influenza, dengue fever, hepatitis, chicken pox, measles, mumps, smallpox. Okay, and for bacteria we know that bacteria causes cholera, typhoid, tuberculosis, anthrax that we have studied, tetanus also, food poisoning also, and for example protozoa causes malaria, and fungi causes ringworm. So any of type of microorganism can cause disease in human beings. Pathogens enter our body through air we breathe, the water we drink or the food we eat. They can also get transmitted by direct contact with an infected person or carried by an animal. So microbial disease that can spread from an infected person to healthy person through air, water, food or physical contact are called communicable disease. So example of such disease include cholera, common cold, chicken pox, tuberculosis. These are the example of communicable disease. So students, what is communicable disease? We can say that microbial disease that can spread from an infected person to other healthy person through air, water, food or physical contact or by animals are called communicable disease, like cholera, common cold, chicken pox, tuberculosis. Okay, these are the example of communicable disease. And when a person suffering from common cold sneezes, fine droplets of moisture carrying thousands of viruses are spread in the air, and the virus may enter the body of a healthy person while breathing and cause infection. So this is the way how can virus can enter in a healthy person from infected person. Suppose through the air we breathe, we can take example, suppose microorganism or we can say virus cause common cold. So this is spread through the air we breathe. For example, when a person suffering from common cold or a cough we can say or sneezes, then fine droplets of moisture carrying germs are released in the air, and when a healthy person breathes such air, the germs enter his or her body and then infect the person also. So for this reason, what should we do? We should keep our hand or handkerchief on our mouth and nose while coughing and sneezing, and we have to use mask also. Okay, And students, suppose for example through the water we drink, suppose example we can say some disease like that are spreading through the water, for example cholera or typhoid, or we can say jaundice also. These are the disease that can be spread through the water we drink. So how they spreading? The cholera causing microbes enter a healthy person through the water when we drink, and then they infect us. So after we can say, suppose after any natural calamity, or we can say after a flood, so we are after flood, or we can say after natural calamity, we are advised to drink boiled water. Why? This is because many disease causing microorganisms are present in the water at that time. So boiling of water kills the microorganisms. Okay students, and some insects are there. There are some insects and the animal which act as a carriers of disease. Carriers of disease means we can say they carry the disease causing microbes from an infected person to a healthy person and cause disease. So they are called carriers or vectors. Simple example is housefly. Okay, so what are carriers? Carriers carry disease causing microbes from an infected person to healthy person and cause disease. For example, housefly. The housefly is the most dangerous disease carrier because it collects the disease causing microbes on its legs or mouth parts. Okay, and uh, we can say from the other organic waste they carry the microbes. And some housefly when sit on our exposed food items, or we can say suppose exposed food item, for example we can say any uncovered food, okay, is left, then the housefly sit on them and leave the disease causing microbes on the food, and when we consume such food we get infected. For example, various diseases like cholera, typhoid, dysentery, tuberculosis are known to spread by housefly through the contaminated food or water. So we should avoid eating uncovered food items. Okay, and another example is mosquito. Mosquito, we can say female Anopheles mosquito. The female Anopheles mosquito suck the blood of human beings, and while doing so it also transmit one protozoan, that is plasmodium, into human body, and plasmodium cause malaria. Okay, and malaria is we know that malaria is a very dangerous disease, and Aedes mosquito act as a carrier of dengue virus. So all the mosquito breed in water, we know. So hence one should not let water collect in coolers, tires, or flower pot, etc. Okay, so by keeping, we can say by keeping our surrounding clean and dry, we can prevent mosquitoes from breeding. Okay, so these are the example of carriers, or we can say vectors that carry the disease causing microbes from an infected person to a healthy person. Now in table 2.1, some common human disease is given that is caused by microorganism. For example, tuberculosis is caused by bacteria and mode of transmission is air. Then measles is caused by virus and mode of transmission is air. Then chickenpox and polio also caused by virus and mode of transmission is air, water, okay, and direct contact also. So preventive measures are keep the patient in complete isolation, keep the personal belongings of the patient away from those of the others, then vaccination to be given at a suitable age. Other human disease is cholera and typhoid, and that is caused by bacteria, and mode of transmission is water, food, and water. That means preventive measure, maintain the personal hygiene and good sanitary habits, then consume properly cooked food and boiled drinking water, then vaccination also. Another example is hepatitis A, that is caused by virus and mode of transmission is water. And what should we do to prevent this disease? Drink boiled drinking water, and vaccination also. Another example is malaria, that is caused by protozoa, and the name of that particular protozoa is Plasmodium, and we know the mode of transmission is mosquito. So use mosquito net, spray insecticides and control the breeding of mosquitoes by not allowing water to collect in the surroundings. And then in table 2.2, some common plant disease are given, that is caused by microorganism, that is citrus canker, rust of wheat and yellow vein mosaic of bhindi okra. And citrus canker is caused by bacteria. Then rust of wheat, that is caused by fungi, and yellow vein mosaic of okra is caused by virus. And mode of transmission of citrus canker is air. Then mode of transmission of rust of wheat is air and seeds also. And then mode of transmission of yellow vein mosaic is insect. And students, animal disease are also caused by, we know that, by microorganism. For example, anthrax. Anthrax is a dangerous human and cattle disease that is caused by bacterium Bacillus anthracis. And foot and mouth disease of cattle is also caused by a virus. So Robert Koch has discovered the bacterium that is called Bacillus anthracis, and this bacterium is responsible for the anthrax disease, that is very dangerous disease in human and cattle also. So students, you have to learn these table also. Okay, disease caused by microorganism in human also, in plants also, and you have to learn the disease of caused by microorganism in animal also. So students, now we'll take a topic that is food poisoning. Okay, food poisoning means we know that food poisoning could be due to the consumption of food spoiled by some microorganism. Food poisoning could be due to the consumption of food spoiled by some microorganism, and microorganisms that grow on our food sometimes produce toxic substances, and these substances make the food poisonous and causing serious illness and even death also. So it is very important that we preserve food to prevent it from being spoiled. So we can use some method to prevent the food from the microorganism. So first we will use a chemical method. Which chemical method? We can use salt and edible oils are the common chemical generally used to check the growth of microorganism. Therefore they are called preservative, and we add salt or acid preservative to pickle to prevent the attack of microbes. And sodium benzoate and sodium metabisulfite are the common preservatives. These are also used in jam and squashes to check their spoilage. Then we can preserve food items by using common salt also. Common salt has been used to preserve meat and fish forages, and meat and fish are covered with dry salt to check the growth of bacteria. Salting is also used to preserve amla, raw mangoes and tamarind, etc. Then we can use sugar also to preserve food item like jam, jelly and squashes are preserved by sugar. Sugar reduce the moisture content which inhibit the growth of bacteria which spoil the food. So this is the way how can we preserve the food items. Common way, that means preservation by common salt, preservation by sugar, because sugar reduce the moisture content of the food, so inhibit the growth of food spoiling microorganism like jam, jelly and squashes are preserved by the sugar. Then preservation by oil and vinegar. Oil and vinegar prevent the growth of food spoiling microorganism. For example, mustard oil or vinegar, that is known as sirka, are widely used as a preservatives for fruits and vegetable in the form of pickle, and meat and fish are also preserved by this method. Okay. Then heat and cold treatment, that means one process is there that is known as a pasteurization. Pasteurization is a process for preservation of milk, and in this method milk is heated about 70 degrees Celsius for 15 to 30 seconds to kill the bacteria present in it, and cooling it quickly to, we can say, 10 degrees Celsius to prevent the remaining bacteria from growing. Then the milk stored and sterilized bottles or pouches in a cold place. So pasteurized milk can be consumed without boiling because it is free from harmful microorganisms, and this method was invented by Louis Pasteur. That is why it is called pasteurization. And we can say by cooling or freezing also we can protect some food items like fruit, vegetable, meat and cooked food are kept at low temperature in refrigerator, or we can say deep freezers to prevent their spoilage, because low temperature prevent the spoilage of food, because it, we can say, it retards the growth of microorganisms. So students, today we'll do this much only. So students, you can read this chapter again, and in our next video we'll continue with the storage and packing and nitrogen fixation and nitrogen cycle. So thank you students, and have a nice day.